Hello student, welcome back. So today in this class we are going to discuss about two most important thing, that is how we can create a responsive website, right? And the next important thing is that metadata. So what is metadata and why do we need to use the metadata? So before discussing about the metadata, let us understand that what is responsive website. So the responsive websites are such kind of websites which can be accessed properly in desktop as well as in your smartphone, right? So those websites will be known as the responsive one, which can be accessed properly from desktop as well as from your tablet, or you can say your smartphone, right? So in earlier classes we have learned to design websites, right? So using HTML and CSS, how we can design websites, though some of those websites we already have prepared in previous classes, but are those websites responsive one? No, those websites are designed on the basis, or we can say on the viewpoint of the desktop version. So those websites can only be accessed properly with proper orientation and layout from either laptop or desktop. But if you try to access those websites from mobile phone or tablet, the alignment and the orientation will not arrange properly, so everything will be disturbed and looks ugly. So let me show you. So the website that we have designed in the previous class, let me open that. So this particular website we have designed in the previous class, right? So you can see this website we have designed in the previous class. So this website looks nice when we access the same in desktop, right? So you can access this from desktop or laptop and that will look properly, right? With proper alignment, proper orientation, proper width and height, everything is nice. But once you try to access this website from mobile phone, how will this look? Let us observe. So let me minimize the browser. So once we have minimized the browser, let me make it shorter. See, we have skewed the browser and we wanted to make this much shorter width, right? So you can see everything disturbed, all the alignment, width, shape, everything got disturbed, right? So can you observe one thing? Everything has got disturbed. Once we have reduced the width of the browser, everything has got disturbed. Why? Because this is not a responsive website. This particular website has been designed on the basis of viewpoint of a desktop, right? This website can never be accessed with proper alignment and orientation in the smartphone. So we have to add further more functionalities to this website so that it can be accessed from your smartphone as well as the same can be accessed from your desktop. So today in this class we are going to learn about media query. So media query is a very important tool that we need to learn. So by applying the media query effect, we can make a responsive website. So we have to learn the media query. So what is media query that we are going to learn today in this class? So media query, that is nothing but the additional part of the CSS. So we have learned the CSS. The CSS, what does CSS do, right? So the CSS define how the HTML object will appear in your browser, right? The CSS defines how the HTML element will appear and look in your browser. The CSS defines shape, height, color, alignment of all the HTML object, how all those thing will appear and look in your browser. Now furthermore functionality we are going to add. So media query is nothing but that is extended part that was introduced by the CSS only, extended part of the CSS version, right? So it will decide now, depending on the width of the media, how the CSS will affect the HTML element depending on the width, right? Now further functionality we are going to add with the CSS by adding the media query effect, that depending on the width it will identify the width of the device. So whether the application has been accessed from the desktop, laptop, or the application has been accessed from tablet or the smartphone. So the media query will first identify the device, the width of the device, and accordingly the CSS will be implemented. So that portion we are going to learn today. So please pay attention. Let me start. So you can see I have already written this basic HTML tag. You can see root tag, head, inside head we have a title, written responsive side in the title, and the body. So this is the file name is index.html, right? This is the file name. Inside this folder you can see I have created a folder on my desktop. The folder name is responsive. In this particular folder, this is the file which we are going to work today. The name of the file is index.html, and you can see we have 4 picture, right, in this folder, right? Now let us start. This is index.html, this is title. So you can see the title that has been printed responsive site, and everything is blank because I have not written here anything, right? So the first thing I will do here, under the title, inside the head we are going to write the style, STYLE, style opening and style closing, right? And inside the style opening and closing, the first CSS property I will add, that is body. This is the element type selector body, right? Inside the element type selector I will write the CSS property, that is background color, and the background color will be red will be the background color. So you can see I have defined a background color that will be red. So let me check. Can you see? Only just I have defined the background color, and the background color is nothing but red. Now here I will add the media query. See how to write the media query. It is very simple. Just write @. After that write MEDIA, media, right? @ followed by media. Notice one thing, that inside the style only you have to write inside the style. Why? I have told you this is the extended part of the CSS. So that is why you have to write inside the style. Or if you use the external CSS, then in the external CSS file you have to write the media query code, right? So now here I will write bracket. So I have given space and I have taken a bracket. Inside the bracket I am going to write that width, maximum width. What I have written, maximum width, that is 720 px, and after that I will take 2 curly bracket opening and closing, and inside this I am going to declare body. So I am calling the body by using the element type selector. So by the element name I am calling the body, this body, right? Now inside the body I will declare the property background color green. So please pay attention to understand what I will be explaining to you now. See, here I have used the element type selector, that is body, and the CSS property that I have taken background color, value red, right? So you can see here I have declared the media query and inside the media query same thing I have declared for the body. I have declared the CSS property value for the body outside the media query, and inside the media query again I have declared the same thing, body, opening and closing bracket, and color, right, and color, and here the color that will be green, right, only the value is changing, red, green, right. So now let me explain it to you that what does this particular line means, right. So by default the color of the body that I have declared inside the CSS style, that is red. So the color of the body will be red. You already have seen the color of the body that is defined red because I have declared here. Now see, if the width of the media that is below 720px, that means that if the width of the media, that is the maximum width of the media, does not exceed 720px, if the maximum width of the media does not exceed 720px, that time the background color will be green, not red. This will not affect. If this condition satisfy, then this thing will be implemented, not this thing. So first the browser will check this condition is satisfied or not. What is written over there? Maximum width 720px. That means if the browser width, or you can say the device width, does not exceed 720px, then the background color of the body will be green. If this condition not satisfied, that means if the maximum width of the device or the browser exceed 720px, that time means the condition does not satisfy. That time this CSS property will be implemented, or you can say this property will be affected to the body, right. So let me check. So now at this position, that is full stretch browser, the background color is red. Why? Because you can see this condition does not satisfy. Why this condition does not satisfy? Because the width of the browser exceed 720px, right. So this is written, if the width does not exceed, if the maximum width does not exceed, then only this condition will work, otherwise this condition will work. Now the maximum width exceed 720px, so this condition is working, this is failed, right. So that is why the background color is red. Now if I minimize the browser, now see the width of the device, or you can say the width of the browser that is below 720px. At this position the width is less than 720px, so this condition satisfy. Now if this condition satisfy, then the body color will be green. This condition is satisfying now, because now the maximum width of the browser, or you can say the maximum width of the accessing device, does not exceed 720px. That means this CSS property will be affected. Now the background color will be green, right. Now if I try to exceed, still it is below 720px. Now it is also below 720px. Still it is below 720px. Still it is below 720px. But now it is not below 720px. Now it exceeds 720px. So if I reduce this, now it is below 720px. If I stretch the browser slowly, now see it exceed 720px. The maximum width exceed 720px. That is why this particular CSS property will be affected, and this particular CSS property will not be worked now. See, now you can see this is working, the background color red, because this condition does not satisfy, this condition does not satisfy because it exceeds 720px, and this will be ignored and this will be affected. Now once I reduce this slowly, we can see again it came down below 720px. Now again this condition satisfy. If this condition satisfy, this CSS property will ignore. You can see background color red, this thing will be ignored. Now background color will be green because I have reduced the width of the browser. So this condition will satisfy, maximum width 720px, and color will be green because I have written color should be green here. Now if I write here 600, so I have written 600. That means the width should not exceed, the maximum width should not exceed 600px. But here it exceeds 600px. It is just below 720px. Now see, red. Why? Because the width does not exceed 600px. Right? Because I have reduced, previously it was 720, now it became 600. So this condition will work. This thing will work. This thing will be ignored. Now I have to stretch this further shorter. The width has to be decreased. See, now it became 600px. Now it became 600px. Now this condition satisfy, color became green. Right? I hope you have understood. Right? Now see, let me show you something more so that it can be clear it to you. So first thing I will do, I will delete everything what I have written. Now inside the body, the first thing I am going to do, I will create two div. I will create two div, right? Now just see what I will be doing over here. So here I will give name left and right. So two div I have created, one is left and another is right. So now let me write here for the left div I am writing the CSS. So I will take width, that will be, let's say, 50%, right? Or I can take it 45% width. Height will be 100%, right? And I will add a background image. Okay, so let me add a background image. This will be the image, right? So now background image size. So background image must be accommodate, and it should fit to the full height and width of the container. So I will write 100%. So this is the background image size. So the background image will fit to the container. It will take 100% height of the container and 100% width of the container. So let me see how it appears now. So you can see, right? So now here I will write margin left. Okay, so margin left will be 5%, right? So I want to push this thing. So just I have pushed this thing, right? So now here I will write the CSS for right one. Okay, right div. So you can see, so here the width and height, that will be same. So width and height will be same. So I will not give any margin. Width will be this much, height will be this much, image different so image I will not give any image here, only this thing, right? So if I give a background color, I will just give a background color so that you can understand. See, okay, so this div has to be appear here. So I told you this is in block element, so I have to change the property. If I write here float left, this will be float to left, right? And here also I will write float left, so one after another both will float to left. So you can see both will float to left one after another, right? Now just inside the right div I will create another 2 div. Right, so I will name this as top, right, and this will be named as bottom. So let me show you. In the right div I have written float left. Why I have not written float right? Because you can see this much space is left. Had I written float right, then what would have been? See, so once I have written float right, the thing has been shifted to right side. So I don't want this to happen. So I want that the alignment should be one after another, and this space should be here at the right side. I want to allot this much space to the right side. So that is why I have written float left, not float right. See, so you can see now. Once I have written float left, so both are float left. So here I have taken margin. For the left div I have taken margin, that is 5%. So the picture has pushed here 5%. After that this div has started. This div has property to float left. That is why it is this thing is floating left. And also I have written the second div that also has to float left, right div. So you can see after this div has started, and this space is empty, right? Now I have again created 2 div, so I will write here top, so width and height. How much will be the width? Let's say the width will be 90%, right? And the height will be, let's say 46%. Height and width will be this much, right? So also I will add background picture. I will add the picture to it. So this picture I will add, okay, and I will copy this thing. I will paste it. I will just change it to bottom. Okay, top, bottom. For the bottom one also I have written the same CSS, right? And picture will be this picture, right? 4 picture. Another picture I have taken. So you can see how it looks. So top and bottom ID. So top, bottom. Let me see whether JPG, not JPG. So okay, fine. Now you can see. So I will give margin now to push this thing here. So how much margin I will give? Let's see. Margin I will give left. So 5%, right? 5%. Here also 5% margin left. That you can see after giving 5% margin left, it will appear at the center, that is horizontal center. If I had to push down, so how much is left? Just see the height, 46 px, right? That means 4px that is left from here, 4px that is left from here, right? Total 8px. So if 1 2 3 8 divided by 3, if I divide 8 by 3, then you have to write margin top, that will be how much? 8 divided by 3%. So this much will be the margin. So 8% divided by 3, right? Fine. So will it work? Let me see. Margin top. Margin top will be this much. So fine. Now so you can see 8% divided by 3, this will be the margin top. So you can see it appear fine. Now let me explain you why I have taken this much 8% divided by 3 as top margin. So just see, height is 46px, height 46px, so that means total height how much? That will be 92px, and 100% minus 92px, 8% is left. So 8% that is left, right? Now how many space we have to allot for this layout? This space, this space, this space, total 3 space. So that is why 8% that is left, I have divided 8 by 3, that means that much is left. So that much margin top I have given for this picture as well as this picture. You can see for both the picture I have given that much of margin, and whichever is left, that is allotted to here, right? I hope you have understood. Now you can see this is how this layout looks in the desktop, right? This is how this layout looks in the, or you can say this layout appears in the desktop. Now if I access this from the mobile phone, we can see this is how it will look. See, staged, it is looking much more staged, right? It is looking okay, right? Now it is looking okay, but here it is looking much more staged. So if this layout will be accessed from the mobile phone, then I will do some changes. So I told you that we have to use the media query. So inside the style only, here I will add @media, @media, right? Now I will give a space, then here I will write the maximum width, right? Maximum width 100px. Okay, so if the maximum width does not exceed 600px, that time there will be some changes, right? First let me write for the left div. So I will copy this left div here, right? Now what changes? The changes that I am going to do over here, this thing will be changed. Just see, I will remove the margin left will be not 5%, that will be 0px. I will remove the margin for the left div, that is for this div, that is for this particular div. I will remove the margin. This should appear from here, from the start. It should not appear by having margin. When the website will be accessed from mobile phone, this margin will disappear, right? So you can see what I have written inside the media query. If the width does not exceed the maximum width, if does not exceed 600 px, then the margin left will disappear, it will be 0 px, and the width will be 100%. The width will be not 50% or not 45%, 100%, full stage. The width of this picture will be 100%, but height will not be 100%. Height will be reduced to 50%. So you can see whatever I am writing for left div. So this is the left div where I have added this picture, right? So now I am writing the CSS for this div. So what effect will be affected, or you can say what will be the changes of CSS? Margin will be removed, width will be 100%, right? And height will be 50%. And I will also change the background picture. I will take a separate background picture. This picture will be added. Okay. This picture will be added, right? So you can see if this is the view. This is the view for the desktop, right? Now I have done some changes only for the left div, not for the right div. So let me see how it appears. So you can see if I access the layout in the desktop, this is how it will appear. Now if I access the same website from the mobile phone, you can see this picture is changed. This is nothing but the left div. This is the left div, and also the width has been increased to 100%, and the margin has also reduced. There are no margin. Can you see? There are no margin. See, previously there was margin, but now you can see the margin has been removed and the picture has been staged. And not only that, left div, you can see here the left div, a different picture was there, 1.jpg. So this will affect when the application or the website will be accessed from the browser of the desktop. This is desktop view. Once that will be accessed from the device which is less than 600 px, that time the background picture will change, right? The background picture will change, and margin left, that will be removed. Previously there was margin left of, you can see, 5%. So margin left will be now 0%, no margin left. Width will be 100% and height will be 50%. But you can see when that will be accessed from desktop, width was 45, height was 100. But when that will be accessed from mobile, instead of 100, height will be 50, right? And width, that was 45, it will change to 100%. You can see over here, right? Now let us do some changes for these two pictures. So now you can see if I write the CSS for the right one, so you need not require to write everything, only we have to write the thing which is going to change. Only the value of the CSS property which will be changing by accessing the application from different device, only that change portion we have to add, not everything. We need not require to write all the CSS property, all the values. Only we are going to write the change property, only changes property within this media query. Understood? Okay, I think you have understood. Let me continue with the explanation. So for the right div, I will just change the width. Width will be 100%, right? Height will be 50%, right? Only I will write the change one, right? Other thing is not required. See, right div having width and height 45 and 100, 45 and 100. Now that will change to 150. You can see 45% width, that width will convert it to 100% width, right? 45% width will be there when the website will be accessed from the browser or desktop, that is desktop view. When the thing will be accessed from the smartphone device, then the width will be full, that is 100%, and height will be 50%. But if that would have been accessed from the, that is your desktop, that time the height would have been 100%, but now height would be only 50%, right? So this is the changes only. So let me see how it appears after doing that changes. Now you can see height of the right div has been increased to 100%. Not height, I beg your pardon, width has been increased to 100%, and height, that has been also reduced. Previously that was 100%, but now that has been reduced to 50%, so that all the picture can fit to it, right? Now you can see also you have to remove this margin, right? Top margin for the picture we have to remove, right? Now we are going to write CSS for these two, top and bottom. So let us first copy this thing. So inside the media query we are going to write here, you can see. Now so let us do the changes. So you can see height and width, everything is here. So margin top, that will be, let's say, 0px. Okay, margin left, that will be 0px, right? And width will be 100%, right? And how much will be the height? Height will be 50%, right? So this will be the changes, right, for both these two. So I can simply write like this. Okay, I will just remove this one. Fine. So this is the changeable thing which I have written, right? Margin top, that will be 0 px for top and bottom. No margin top is required. Margin left will be 0 px. Width, that will be 100%. Height, that will be 50%. Now let us see how it looks. So you can see this is how it looks, right? In the mobile, this will be the appearance for the mobile device, and this will be the appearance for the desktop device, right? Now let me show you by writing something inside this. So here I will write something. See, inside this left div, what I will do, I will write something. Let me take a h1 heading, right? So I have taken a h1 heading. Inside the h1 heading I will write something. So hello student, right? Now let me write the CSS here for the h1 heading. So background color, that will be red, color will be white, right? So this will be the background color, that will be red, color will be white, and width will be 50%. 50% on the respect of container. How much width it will occupy? 50%. Let's see, 50% width, right? Now let me make it to 80%, and I will do one thing. Font size will be 40px. So I have also increased the font size. So this is how it will look now. So now I want this to appear right at the center. So if this thing has to appear right at the center, so this thing have, you can see inside the left div I have written. So I will do one thing here. In the left div I will add display flex, align item center, justified content center. So you can see, so this by combination of these three CSS property, the item which I have kept beside the left div, that is the heading which I have written, you can see inside the left div. So this will be affected. You can see this will come right at the center. Now I will write here text align center. Now once I write text align center, fine. Now border radius, let's say it will be 20 px, 40 px, 10 px, 4 px, right? Now border 10 px double red. Let us see how it looks now. So you can see this is how it looks. Okay, white border, white will look good. So you can see this is how it is looking out here. So now I will do one thing. I will add line height. Line height will be 60 px. .48 px will be the font size. Line height will be 60 px. Now let us see how it looks. Oh, this is how it will look. Now see, when I will access the same in the mobile phone, that time this will appear like this. Okay, so you can see now I want that this will appear smaller in mobile phone. Okay, not as large as it is looking now. So very simple. So here inside the media query I will do one thing. I will write h1. Inside the mobile device it will appear like line height. Line height will be not more than 48 px, right? And font size will also be reduced to 36 px, right? And color, text color, that will be yellow, right? And border will be 6 px solid yellow. Border will be none, no border. I will remove the border, none border, right? And background color will be black. So you can see, so for the h1 by default, when that will be accessed from the desktop, so this was the CSS property and value. So you can see, so line height 60 px and font size 48 px. So you can see when that will be accessed from mobile device, line height has been reduced from 60 px to 48 px, right? And font size that was 48 px, right? It has been reduced to 36 px. and the color was white. White color will be yellow when that will be accessed from mobile device, and border will be none. That means this border which was there earlier, double border of this much width, that will be removed because I have written border none. And background color will be black. So the background color here, it was, you can see the background color was red, but now it will be black. So this will be the changes, right? So let me check. See, this is desktop view, right? This is desktop view, and this is how this thing will look at the mobile. So if the thing will be accessed from the mobile, this will be the appearing. So I hope you have understood by using the media query how we can affect the appearance of the HTML object, right? By adding the CSS property and value, the changeable CSS property and value separately inside the media query. So I hope you have understood that to make a responsive website, this is the most important tool we have to understand and write, and the CSS we have to write here, only the changeable CSS, right? As I have shown you in this particular short lecture. So now let me just discuss about this metadata before I end the class. This metadata, this is also very important and useful, so let me discuss. So this metadata are normally kept inside the header. So you can see these are the metadata. So when you are writing a HTML full document, the metadata has to be kept inside this header, right? So you can see, you can keep it here, just below the tile, below the title, over the style, you can keep it over here. So these are the your metadata information. So what is metadata? So the metadata, that is nothing but the information about your website. So the website that we have created, we have to add certain information. So this is nothing but the information of your website, right? Let me describe this thing one by one. So meta, you can see the character set. This is how that which type of character set that is going to be used over here, that is written over here, that this type of character set that will be used, right? So encoded version, that is encoding version of declaration, right? So this is how it could be supported in the browser. And the next line suggests the description. So you have to give a description. So you can see, you can write anything over here. You can write the so whatever I have written, free web tutorial. So just you can write anything. So whatever website you are preparing, so a short description you have to write over here. So here I have discussed about the making a responsive website. So in the description I may write that this is about creating a responsive website. So now whatever I have written over there, will this be any effect, will this thing whatever I have written, will this thing be affected in your browser? Let me check over here. This is the browser. See, whatever I have written, the metadata, see, nothing has been affected over here. So everything is simple. The metadata which I have written is not going to come as the output. This is the information, just the information for the website. This will not come in output. Remember, this thing will not come in output, right, in the browser. This could not be seen. This could not be seen in the browser, but this is very important information. You have to provide the information. Why, that I will be explaining you. So I will explain it to you why. So see, if I write here in the Google, so see, in the Google I will write here something. If I write FREE, free course of networking for beginners. So I want to search a free course of networking but for the beginner. So see, free online networking course for the beginner. If you click over here, you can see the number of links appeared. So these are all some courses which offered for the networking free of cost, right? So if you just see over here, can you see below something is written over here? Under the link something is written over here, just under the link. So what is this thing? So this is title. This is nothing but the title. See, great free online course for networking. So this is title and this is description, right? If I click over here, you can see that 10 great free online course for. So this is title. That title is printed over here. Whenever we are searching anything in the Google, this is the title, right? And below that, this is the description. So user read the description. When the link appeared in the Google search, user read the title and also the description. Then only user click the link. So whatever description you are going to write inside this, that will be visible in the Google search, right? That will be visible in the Google search. So when your link, or you can say your website, will rank in the Google, that time the title will be shown like this, and just below the title the description that you have written, that will be printed over here, that will be seen over here. This description, whatever you are going to write over here, that thing will be shown over here. I hope you have understood. Now the question that might be coming in your mind, right, that how much longer description you can write? Is there any limit of words how long description you can write over here? So is there any restriction? No, there are no restriction. You can write as long description as you want, but only 150 words will be shown over here, not more than that. It doesn't matter that how long description you are writing, but there are limit. Only that many number of words will be shown. Okay, if you write a description of 500 words, although 500 words will not be shown, 150 character will be shown. So that is the limitation. You may write long description, but that longer description will not be shown over here. There are restrictions. Google will show the limited number of characters starting from here. So not starting from the last, not starting from here. Starting from here, that limited number of words will be shown in the search result, not full description. So you may write long description, but that is not restricted for you to write. You can write, but only limited character will be shown in the Google search result. If your link ever appeared in the Google ranking, then under the title limited number of character will be shown. How many characters? I think that is limited to 150 or 170, something like that. I don't know the exact number, but limited character. Okay, so you may write long description, that is not problem, but limited character will be shown. Okay, so that is advised to you that you need not require to write long description. It is advised that make short and precise and valuable description, so that if you write long description, user will not able to read anything. User only will read first few character which is limited by the Google. So you try to write short description with limited character, that is, let's say 150 character, not 150 word, 150 character, 150 character, and try to make a valuable description within 150 character, so that if user read those 150 character, user can understand that what website you have prepared, what are the topic that you have discussed in that website. so that user can click and see your site from the ranking, right? Now see next one. This information of meta will say about the keyword. Now what is keyword? What is keyword? Keyword is nothing but the user word, that is our word. When we are searching anything from the Google, whatever we are writing, let's say I am going to search a soft shoe or sports shoe. If I write that soft, S-P-O-R-T, sport, see soft sport shoes, so this is keyword. Whatever user writing in the Google search to find exact link, that is keyword. So this is a keyword. This is a keyword. So I have written this thing. This will be acknowledged as a keyword for the Google. So as per this keyword matches the result, that many number of link will be shown to us. See this many number of link. So I wanted to find a shoe. What I have wanted? I wanted to find a sports shoe, that is also soft sports shoe. So as per this keyword matches the criteria of the websites. So you can see this many number of links are appeared. Okay, this many number of links appeared in my browser. You can see I can see more results. See all the results appear in front of me, all are of sports shoe. So this is keyword, this is keyword. Okay, so you can see these are all keyword. So keyword are nothing but the word by which user are trying to access a particular content. So you have to think that you have to find specific keyword for your website, that you have to imagine such the website that you have prepared of on a particular topic. First you have to think and you have to prepare a website for a particular topic. Let's say you have prepared a website on glossary store. Okay, glossary store. So what could be the keyword? So how the user can access your glossary store? What will they write to find the glossary store? What will they write? Naturally some glossary item, let's say sugar, salt. So these are the item. So this will be the keyword. So to find a glossary store, what I will write over here? I may write SUGAR, sugar, 500 gram price. So if I write that, you can see I can find the sugar price. So if I click over here, this is a link. If I open the link, so I can see the price of sugar that is available. So all glossary item I can find over here, right? So they are offering me some discount also. So this is how I can find my requirement. You can see. So if you prepare a website for a garment shop, so what will be the keyword? Name of the garment, or some garment which the garment shop owner are selling. So that will be the keyword. So because the user will try to find the garment shop by writing the name of the garment. So the name of the garment will be the keyword for that particular website. So keyword means by writing some word, the user is going to find that website. It is not that your website will be accessed. There are thousands, not thousands, there are millions, or you can say billions of websites for a particular content or a particular topic that which you have prepared. So but that is how you have to understand the thing. So I hope you have understood what is keyword. Fine. So let me discuss about this meta author. So this is nothing. You have to write here who is the author, who is the owner, or the designer, or you can say the developer. Or if the owner and the developer is separate person, then it is better to write the name of the owner over here. So author can be the owner also. Fine. And at the last but not the least, this is the most important thing, that is viewpoint. So now you have to adjust the viewpoint. See, the name is viewpoint. Viewpoint means viewpoint for on the respect of user. Viewpoint on the respect of user who are going to access this website. So what you are going to write in this content, with viewpoint on the respect of width. So the width, I have defined the width equal to device width. That means from which device the website, this particular website which I have prepared now, from which device this website is going to access. Is that a laptop or a desktop or a tablet or a smartphone? This particular meta information will try to identify that which type of device it is. So the width must be equal to the device width, right? So this information will be given to the browser, right? And initial scale for the device width, that should start from 0.1, that is from the initial stage. This should be the starting parameter value of the width. It could be more than that, but not less than 1.0. So initial mean starting scale value, right? Starting scale value. So it could be more but not less than 1.0. So I hope student you have understood that how important it is, this meta information, and you have to add this meta information inside this head, right? Why? This is nothing but this will work for the searching purpose, right? So whatever content, whatever website you have prepared, this thing will not be reflected in your output. Whatever information you are going to give in this metadata is not going to reflect in your output. In the output this thing will not be shown, but this thing has significant value for the browser and also for your website to get understood by the Google, right? So as I have explained it to you how this thing is important and how this thing will put a significant effect in the Google search ranking. So I hope you have understood whatever I have taught you today, and if you have not subscribed this channel, I will again request to you, please subscribe this channel, and if you like this video, then click the like button and share this video to your friend, so that I will be motivated to create more such videos. And thank you for being patient till the end of the lecture. In the next lecture I will come up with some new content. Thank you.